I just recorded something for like 15 minutes and then found out that the audio was not recording that whole time. So that's awesome. But anyway, I recorded all those 15 minutes and it was just rambling. And I've eventually come to the actual point of what I wanted to talk about. What it was that I wanted to talk about was mainly three things: confidence, support, and community. And I think those three things are the most essential parts of trying to make anything that you're trying to do work out. And my source for all of this is the Kanye West Genius documentary on Netflix. Now, I know there's a lot of controversial things about Kanye West now. Let's imagine that we're recording this in 2015. All right. Close your eyes. Imagine Life of Pablo just dropped. All right. It's unfinished. Wolves is unfinished. He's tweeting, "I'm a fix Wolves." And everything's great. All right. This is before all of the craziness starts to happen. So this is the Kanye that we're talking about. And you're watching Genius, the documentary, part 1. I haven't watched part 3 yet. I've only watched parts 1 and 2. But part 1, where before he even drops the college dropout, he starts recording a documentary about himself because he's that goddamn confident that what he's doing is going to work out. And you can call that stupid. You can call that bold, dangerous, somewhat narcissistic, and all of that would probably be true. But the fact of the matter is that he believed that he was going to turn from this producer who just produces beats for people to a rapper. And it's funny because when you watch that documentary, everyone knows Kanye now as he is, he's a rapper. But he started this documentary before any of that. And it was his number one. The thing that started it all was his confidence in himself, in what he wanted to do. And I think that is the kind of blind confidence that you need to have in order to succeed at anything. Because when you're trying to make your own path for yourself, when you're trying to carve out a little path in this world that is huge and expansive, when you're trying to make yourself into a waterfall, but you start off with the little ponds that we're all given in life, everyone is going to call you stupid. Everyone's going to say you're being crazy, and people will not have a reason to believe in you. And they're right. Okay, you're going to approach people, you're going to have nothing in your hands, and you're just going to have hopes and aspirations of, I could do this, I will do this. Empty promises at first, and people are going to say, that's dumb. You should just follow these other thousands of paths that are available to you, these opportunities that will set you up with a life that will be good. But you sitting there at home, all right, whoever you are watching, whether you're a 16, 17, 18-year-old person who's just about to graduate high school, or you just finished college and you're wondering what's next, or you're an adult who's been working a normal job, 9 to 5, and you're trying to really break out into whatever plans you've had when you were younger, whoever you are, okay, at the end of the day, nobody is going to have any right to believe in what you're doing, and there are thousands of different paths that you can go down, but you know that you have an idea, you have a purpose, you have something that will give you such greater fulfillment and add to the world and bring out what you were put on this earth to do. Not to get highly spiritual, but if you feel like that's you have to be confident in whatever you're doing, because nobody is going to believe you. And they have a right to not believe you because you have nothing. So how do you go from being confident and having nothing to having something? Well, you can only go so far with that 3 a.m., 4 a.m. burst of motivation and confidence that kind of comes out where you're going to change your whole life and you do 100 push-ups on the floor and you're listening to, I don't know, Playboy Cardi, and you're imagining your life 10 years from now where you've got a cool yacht, hella babes, everything going fire, and you're just out in the ocean and you're like, we made it. That's not you right now, and that probably won't be you if you keep having those thoughts. Something that I should add before I move on to the next point is you can be confident, you can be blindly confident in yourself, but please do something. You can't just constantly be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this and not be working on anything. All right, what sets apart someone like Kanye early on versus you is that Kanye was actively making songs to show to everyone, to show that he is the next hot shit. You don't have that right now. So get to working, get doing, all right? Before you start telling everyone you're going to be the next biggest SoundCloud rapper, all right? Now I'm throwing in a little bit of hate in this video because you need to hear it probably. If you're saying that you're going to be the next big thing, but you haven't done anything, you haven't done shit, then get on that, dude. Confidence is only going to carry you so far. You actually need to have something to show for it. But if that's not you and you are working on stuff and you are grinding away at it, the next thing that you're going to need is a support system, not necessarily a self-support system. And what I mean by that is that when you watch the Genius documentary, the biggest support that Kanye had, and probably one of the biggest reasons why he started this downward spiral eventually, is his mother. His mother, Donda, as we all know, was a huge support for him. And when you watch the documentary, it's honestly tear-jerking how much she supported him. I mean, she memorized many of his raps and rhymes, was giving him suggestions on what to do, and was always supporting him no matter what. His mom was there to support him, to welcome him back to Chicago and say, hey, Kanye, I still believe in you. You've got a dream, and you are able to do it. And that's what you need in your life. You can only get so far with just yourself. Everyone that you idolize, even if you look at anyone, I am guilty of this myself. I love looking at producers, music people, even outside of that, directors in film. I love looking at them, and I kind of idolize the singularity. I really like artists like Phil Elverum, the Microphones, Mount Erie. All right, he kind of has a do it all yourself kind of approach. I like JPEG Mafia as well because he produces, mixes, masters, writes all of his songs. I like that, okay? I like seeing that. But the thing is, at the end of the day, what's so hard to see and what a lot of these people don't really show are all of the connections that they've had in their life that help bring them to the point that they're at. So if you're trying to do something, if you're trying to change the game, if you're trying to carve out your own path in life, you can't do that alone. There's a saying that my English teacher, Miss Bailey, would always say. She would say, no man is an island. And it means what it means. You can't do anything just by yourself. You exist in the context. Do you think you just fell out of a coconut tree? No, okay, you didn't. There's some cool videos that you can look up, like TED Talks on like, I built a toaster from scratch. And when you actually, like, it is like the first thing that you learn in economics, like economics 101, is how interconnected and how dependent we are on international trade, because even the most simplest things, okay, even this bottle of a, let's not name it, company, maybe it could be alcoholic, maybe not. Even the person who made this, or the company that made this, they didn't make it all in one place, all right? All of the ingredients, even the glass that was used, the dye that was used to dye this glass or whatever, that was all sourced from 500 different people and things, okay? Thousands of lives went into making this one bottle, even this laptop, this microphone. So if you think that you're about to be the first one to break the mold and do it all on your own, you're wrong. And not only are you wrong, you're stupid. And I don't use that term lightly. I don't like to call people stupid. I don't like to call things stupid. I'm one of those geezers who's like, there's no such thing as a stupid question. But if you believe that you can do it all on your own, you are stupid. And you deserve to be called out for it. And going off of that point, you need a support network. But not only that, is you need to build a community. And that is the most essential final part. Because once you've done your thing, once you've got your one big hit success that's going on, you need a group of people who are like-minded to surround yourself with, to not only, you know, give you criticism or feedback on what you're doing, but to also understand your vision and help you sharpen it, help bring it into fruition, help you manifest your ideas into this final product that you were imagining at the end of the day. And that can only come with a community of people who are similarly trying to do a similar thing to what you're doing, all right? Even Kanye West, it wasn't just him, all right? He had the self-support network of his mother, Donda. And then beyond that, he had different people that were also in the rap game who were helping him out. One of the biggest people, Jay-Z, all right, really put him into the game, really gave him a spotlight to shine. And he had a different, oh my God, it's crazy seeing that clip of Kanye showing Pharrell Williams through the wire for the first time. That is the kind of stuff that you need to be doing. You need to find people who, when you show them the things that you're doing, when you tell them, hey, this is who I am, this is what I'm about, and this is what I want to do, they get it and they really see it for what it is, and they believe in you and they help you grow. And that is the final part of this 3-step process of confidence, support, and community. And that is really how you're going to make anything happen, is with those 3 things. And if you are not self-confident, you're not going to get anywhere. If you don't believe in yourself, you're not going to get anything going. But if you believe in yourself, but you don't have people around you that are there to support you in your times of need, then you're not going to make it anywhere. But if you believe in yourself and you have people to support you, but you're still trying to do everything solo, you're going to get nowhere. All right? And that's just the truth. And I hope that this doesn't cut out, because this was the good final take. Let's hope.